Hello, I've decided to do something crazy today. I'm going to show you the exact funnel that I utilize to gain consistent 40K months in my coaching business. The same simple 4-step sales funnel that we copy and paste into all of our clients' businesses, and I'm going to show you to you here today for absolutely free. I'm going to show you how to attract your ideal prospects, make them put their hands up to start joining your community, how to turn strangers into dream clients with predictability and consistency. And I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm going to represent everything in this video. You're going to absolutely love it. You don't want to leave. Hey guys, it's Hiran here, and let's get straight to the point. You're here because you want to take your coaching business to the next level, and I hear you. So get your notepads and pens ready because I know your time is precious, mine is too. So I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to understand as quickly as possible. Stick around and I'll share what you've got to put in place to ensure more ideal leads and high-paying clients for your business, as well as consistent 20K plus months. And what you're really going to want to stick around for is my simple 4-step system, which has been proven time and time again. A system that helped me build my coaching business to 40K plus months. A system that can help you create a clear and simple marketing funnel. A system that can reduce the hours you work while increasing your profits. A system that has helped dozens of US and UK coaches scale their businesses. People like Deborah, a life coach and menopause practitioner who used this strategy to get over 4,000 impressions on just 3 Facebook ads. That's 4,000 more people, 4,000 pairs of eyes, 4,000 potential clients inside Deborah's pipeline without endless content creation, calls, sliding into DMs or anything like that. At the touch of a button, she massively increased her number of prospects and paying customers and secured 35 dream leads for just $2 each. Imagine having that in your business. What would that mean to you, right? Or another one of our clients who works with 40-plus-year-old women to help them lose weight. They're getting leads within their business for $1 each. Now, of course, my results and my clients' results are not typical. Your results will vary from ours, but with the right implementation, what you'll learn in today's presentation could help you build what I believe is the perfect sales funnel for coaches and experts specifically. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's make sure we're on the same page here. Like I said a moment ago, I know your time is precious and I want to ensure this training is right for you before you spend half an hour watching the whole thing. If you're watching this right now, then you're more than likely searching desperately for more clients, struggling to find a marketing strategy that actually works. And just as importantly, struggling to find a marketing strategy that works consistently. A marketing strategy is no good to you if it works one month, but then underperforms in the next month. Spending too much time posting on social media with little results, whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. Struggling to turn leads into paying clients, spending far too much on ads, doing all of the heavy lifting yourself. If you want to eliminate all of that, you've come to the right place. I know how important it is to hit that next milestone. But right now, and don't laugh when I say this, it might seem like you have a better chance of landing on the moon than hitting 20K plus per month, right? Okay, that might be a slight exaggeration. Who feels like hitting the next revenue milestone, whether it's 20K or not, feels like an impossible task? And what impossible lengths would you be willing to go to get there? I've known people who'd say they'd jump out of a plane if it meant they could hit their business goals, or walk a mile on hot coals, or swim with sharks. Some of you might be shaking your heads right now just thinking about those scenarios, but I'm sure there's some equally crazy stuff you'd be willing to do to get to those 20K plus months. But luckily, you don't have to do anything like that, or certainly nothing that feels that scary, intimidating, or out of your comfort zone. Because despite what you might have read or heard, building a scalable sales funnel is easier than you think. And so is filling it with highly interested prospects and getting paying clients out on the other end. Because during this session, you're going to discover exactly what it takes to build a sales funnel that works consistently, how to get your marketing efforts started or fixed in one simple attempt, what to do to attract your next batch of clients in record time, and the one that's most important for me is how you can fall in love with your business all over again, and all of this without spending hours in the lab experimenting and building funnels, without needing crazy tech skills, without bribing Facebook employees to tell you the secrets of the algorithm, But before we get started, I should stop to explain who I am and what makes me qualified to even be talking about this, right? Who am I? Well, I said at the start of the training that I'm Hiran, but I didn't say much beyond that, right? Over 6 years ago, I quit my 9-to-5 job to start my very own digital marketing agency. It was not the smoothest road to success. I spent 7.5K on a website and assumed posting on Instagram and Facebook enough would get me clients and sales. Our survey says, no. Yeah, that didn't work. At the time, I didn't realize there was so much to organic social media than just posting to make consistent sales. And this is a problem so many of us face. We can have the best business in the world, but that's no good if people don't know about it. Show of hands and allow yourself to show a little ego here. Who knows they're good at what they do? I was in the same boat, right? I'd spend a lot of time and money developing my business and brand, but I was struggling to show it off to people I knew would love it. I struggled to find leads who wanted to work with me, and equally important, that I wanted to work with too. I tried every strategy I found on YouTube and Google for 12 months, but got very little results. I was going around in circles. I tried strategies that sounded great on paper, but in practice were useless. I tried strategies that got me results in the first few days, but dried up after a month. Yep, I was one of those people with shiny penny syndrome, trying just about everything I could get my hands on. At the time, I was plowing everything I had into marketing my business on Facebook, the platform I'd been told time and time again was the gold standard for coaches just like me on social media. But I eventually realized that many online strategies are totally outdated and don't work specifically for coaches. And I eventually realized that I'd spent too long listening to bad advice. Eventually, I realized that no coach had ever told me the truth. Facebook was the right platform, but I never learned the right method. I discovered that there was more to Facebook than just creating a few ads. I'd tried ads in the past. They didn't work for me no matter how much money I pumped into them, and I'd given up on them in all honesty. Yup, I was one of those people who believe Facebook ads don't work. I hold my hands up and I admit I was wrong, okay? But Facebook ads only perform at their best when they're used within a specific system, and the back end is perfected. The back end is perfected. I said that twice because it's super important. A 4-step method where Facebook ads are only the first link in the chain. A 4-step method with a clear sales funnel and nurturing process, but without a single landing page in sight. A Facebook funnel. Without this method, running ads is a total waste of time and money. With this method, you have the ultimate marketing system that a few coaches are even aware of. When I implemented this method for myself, that's when everything changed for me. Thousands of clicks, hundreds of new leads, new clients practically throwing themselves at me. Since then, I've been able to exponentially grow my business. What I absolutely loved about this system was that once I got my sales funnel working, whether I could spend 1K and turn it into 10K in profits, it was super easy to go from 2K to 20K and so on and so on. I kept meeting coaches who are great at what they did, but they struggle with the marketing and sales side of things. I knew I could help them with my experience growing my own coaching business, so it was a no-brainer to put a process together to make it easy for coaches to follow in my footsteps. Since 2019, I've been sharing it with coaches and experts in the UK as well as the US who have been wanting to scale and find fulfillment in their work again. Like with the team at GB Fit, I was missing a piece in the puzzle. Hiran completed that for me. And Gabby had my first big sale where I sold my package for the most I have in the past year. There is no easier way than I know of to take your business to the point where you can charge more for the work you do without feeling like a fraud or a sleazy salesperson. Now, I'm sure you're itching to get started properly with this training, but I just wanted to triple check that you're in the right place. So let me just quickly cover who is this training for. This training is for coaches, experts, trainers. You sell your services or advice online, you already have an offer, you just need help with the marketing side, you're ready to take action to change your business's future. Hopefully you're nodding your head to at least one of those, but just to be on the safe side, I'll also state, who is this training not for? You are 100% in the wrong place if you're only interested in running your business as a side hustle. And there's no shame against side hustles. It's just that from my expertise, I built from my own experience as a full-time entrepreneur. You're not passionate about helping people. You don't want to learn how to make 20K plus per month consistently. Hopefully nobody here agrees with that last point, because that's almost the entire point of this training. While for everyone else still here, here's what we're going to cover today. The 7 biggest marketing strategy, client acquisition mistakes to avoid at all costs. 2, how to position yourself in front of your most ideal customers as often as you want with this one really simple ad. And 3, the simple 4-step system to make 20K plus per month consistently without giving yourself more work to do. Let's not wait around any further. Let's jump straight into it. Mistake number 1, overanalyzing your competition. Look, I'm not going to pretend for 1 second that you can close your eyes to everything going on around in your niche. You're practically guaranteed to see how your competition is doing through suggested posts and content on Instagram and other social media platforms. But don't let your competitors intimidate you. By trying to be like your competition, your copy and branding will lack originality and, more importantly, authenticity. If you want your clients to like you, they must like the true you. If your clients wanted a coach like Tony Robbins, they go to Tony Robbins, not someone acting like Tony Robbins, right? All right, next one. Mistake number 2. Changing niche frequently. You may occasionally come across coaches in the online space who change their focus every month. Perhaps 1 month they're a financial specialist and then they transition into public speaking, for example. Now they might be great at both of those things. Let's assume in this case they are. But changing your niche will only alienate your clients and reduce credibility. And that applies even if you talk multiple niches at the same time. There's a reason the McDonald's pizza failed, right? Because they'd already established themselves as a burger chain. Once you've decided what you do best, stick to it. Mistake number 3, posting constantly online. Breaking news, content is not king. Bill Gates made that declaration back in 1996, and there are a lot of people who'd still agree with him. Not me, because there's content everywhere, and so much of it is the same formulaic stuff that everyone else posts. Most content doesn't add value, doesn't have a meaning, doesn't create conversation that's productive for your business. While some people get excited about likes and comments, those things alone will not do anything to grow your profits. Posting online multiple times a day and spending hours creating content from scratch is not a productive way to run your business. Mistake number 4, not knowing your audience. I know a lot of people talk about building an avatar and things like that, but I'm not going to bamboozle you with industry jargon when I can make this really simple. Know who your business is for. It's as simple as that. Too many coaches try to appeal to as many people as possible, but the secret sauce is actually appealing to a very small number of people. The difference is that they're an incredibly specific group of people. People who you can connect with so strongly that you become the only option for them as a coach. It makes sense when you think about it, right? Mistake number 5, overcomplicating your marketing. These days, marketing has got so complicated and relies on so many unnecessary elements that they all blur together in one big mush. Can anyone remember any of the ads they've seen on Instagram or Facebook recently? The irony is that those ads are probably the result of hundreds or even thousands of hours you don't have that much time to kill. Well, I certainly don't. It's easy to get detail obsessed, spending way too long looking at graphs and demographics and that sort of thing. And often those extra efforts don't actually help. In fact, they can often undermine our efforts. Avoid unnecessary complexity in your marketing. And just like the famous expression, keep it simple, stupid. Mistake number 6, not having a follow-up system. One thing that plenty of coaches do right is offering free resources like ebooks, guides, or things like that. So their clients download the resource and then crickets. Waiting for your clients to come to you after you've given them a free resource is a surefire way to keep your business starving for leads. A follow-up system isn't just beneficial, it is essential. Too many coaches do not have a nurturing process in place to build client relationships. Without that system, no amount of free resources will make a difference. In fact, they're a complete waste of time and money too, come to think of it. Given how much you probably spent to get that resource in front of your client for absolutely nothing to come of it. Mistake number 7, not investing in your business. Who's stubborn here? Who here is desperate to get their business where they want it to be without anyone else's help so they can have the satisfaction of knowing they've achieved everything on their own merit? When I started my digital marketing business, I had everyone talking about mentors, trainings and courses. And do you know what I thought? Surely it can't be that hard. Someone pass me the gullible stamp and whack it on my forehead, right? But I persevered with that mindset for 12 months. And predictably, I didn't have the right strategy in place to gain the leads and clients I wanted. Eventually, I took the plunge and hired a coach. And let me tell you this was not some random $97 online course with a ridiculous overhyped title like Facebook Force or whatever. This was a big investment. Believe me when I say that I have never simply handed over that much money to another human being in my entire life. Once the money was handed over, I started sweating and pacing. I kept asking myself questions like, is this the right guy for me? Maybe if I carried on, I could have sorted things out on my own. Are people going to shame me for hiring a coach? I braced myself for a wave of shame and embarrassment, like I was a kid at the back of the class who couldn't figure things out by themselves. But it never came because I was too busy celebrating. I saw an immediate change in myself and my business. I ran my very first ad and had 10 leads in one day at $2 a lead. After a month, I had 100 plus leads coming to me every single day. And not just any leads, my ideal clients were putting their hands up for my very own offer. I couldn't believe it. Before, I had to put in hours of time and effort to get 100 plus warm leads, post endlessly on social media, spend more time coming up with posts for the next day, create beautiful images on Canva that would only end up getting 10 likes. I got the same number of leads in just one day and within just 1 month of working with this coach. But more importantly, I had clarity and a working sales funnel where I made back 10 times what I spent. All right, let's take a quick look at all of those again. The 7 biggest marketing strategy client acquisition mistakes to avoid at all costs. 1, overanalyzing your competition. 2, changing niche frequently. 3, posting constantly online. 4, not knowing your audience. 5, overcomplicating your marketing. 6, not having a follow-up system. 7, not investing in your business. Perfect? Let's move on. Number 2, how to position yourself in front of your most ideal clients as often as you want with this one really simple ad. Okay, show of hands again here. If I were to say lead magnet ad campaign, how many of you would have a gut reaction of nope, because you think it will take way too much time and effort? Well, I want to tell you about a very specific type of ad I've learned how to master. It takes no more than 30 minutes to put together, but let me rewind a little bit. Back when I was still figuring out Facebook, my dashboard looked like Frankenstein's lab. I had ads trying to sell my products. I had ads trying to sell me as a mentor. I had ads trying to promote all kinds of stuff. When in reality, your very first ad that new leads will see has one purpose only: to build curiosity. But how is that possible? I experimented with all kinds of different formats, video ads, big pictures of me, animations, GIFs, everything but the kitchen sink. And I found the most effective way to attract brand new leads. Let me show you how. Here's an example of one of my ads. See, as I said earlier, nothing overcomplicated, right? Now you might be thinking, Hiran, that's nothing special. And you're absolutely right. I'm not someone with amazing design skills or copywriting skills, but this ad alone is directly responsible for over $100,000 in sales with just 150 clicks. This is the ad that every coach in any niche needs, and you should be running it every single day. Is this the part where I say you need to spend thousands to keep this ad running? Not at all. You can run this ad for just a few dollars a day. Literally a few dollars, $2, $4, $6, whatever you find under your sofa. And the beauty of it is its simplicity. The ad tells my audience what I'm offering and how they can get it. That's it. The most successful Facebook ads online in this particular category are not long-winded because you want your audience to take action fast. They want a quick win. It's perfect for cold audiences. It can help you build a list from total scratch. It doesn't even require a landing page. And with that last point, Facebook loves this kind of ad because it doesn't take its users elsewhere. So a few less compliance issues for you to run into. You can literally run ads like this over and over again and get the same results or even better every time. Check out some of our results, right? Look at that, all of them for less than $5 per lead. And once you get results like this, it's a piece of cake to level it up and scale the business because this type of ad was built to scale. Look at that, over 1,800 leads from one ad. Now let me ask you one question, and it's one that I want all of you to answer, whether that's nodding your head, shaking your head, or silently thinking to yourself, okay? Do you think you could sell to 1% of your leads? Nothing crazy, just a tiny 1%. Who thinks they could manage that, right? Remember, for my scenario I just mentioned, 1% equals 18 out of the 1,800 leads. Let's hypothetically say I was selling a course for $3,000. That is an extra $54,000. Do you see how completely unintimidating this whole thing suddenly becomes? Now you might be thinking at this point that you want to run with this and start making these ads on your own, to put your own twist on things. Wait, I've got an idea. I could create a video to go with this. Nope. Remember, we don't want to overcomplicate these things. And videos are very overcomplicated when compared with my ad. Plus, you'll probably need to hire a team to put it together. It relies on your audience to sit there and watch the full video to gather the whole picture. With my kind of ad, they can skim through and get straight to the point. Plus, 85% of Facebook users watch videos with the sound off, which defeats the whole point altogether, right? Some top tips from me. You do not need an agency for this type of thing. You do not need a full-size ebook to create this type of ad. You do not need to hire a copywriter to help you. Remember, you want your audience to get to know you, so don't be afraid to be unapologetically you. You don't have to be using big fancy words or industry logo, just be yourself. All right, that's 2 out of the 3 covered. Let's move on to the last training point. Number 3, the simple 4-step system to make 20K plus per month consistently without giving yourself more work to do. Stick with me as we're about to finally get into the 4-step system I've been bigging up this whole entire presentation. I hope you're ready for this. Well, without further delay, let me reveal in all its glory my 4-step proven system which I use to make 20K plus per month. Step 1, Facebook ads. We've discussed this already. This is your way to command traffic at a cheap price. This is your way to effortlessly reach your target audience for $2, $4, $6 each. But where are you sending those people if not to a landing page? Because that's where they've been sent in a traditional sales funnel, not here. As I said earlier, we're not trying to sell to these people, not yet. Not only is creating long-winded VSL sales pages or things like that a huge time commitment for you, they do not do what's necessary to build a strong relationship with your prospects, because people don't buy from strangers, right? People invest in services after they've invested in the people behind them. So you don't send them anywhere outside of Facebook. You keep them on Facebook and instead you send them to step 2, your lead magnet. This is your value piece, the thing that builds your authority, your credibility. It gets your audience to trust you. But more importantly, it's how you easily get people to join your community. Now, there's a big misconception about lead magnets, so listen closely. You do not have to pump hours and hours into your lead magnets to make it a valuable resource for your clients. Sometimes a single PDF document of just a few pages covering a specific part of your industry could make a huge difference for your prospects. Again, we're primarily building curiosity. Whether you make your lead magnet an ebook, a guide, a template, a case study, that's entirely up to you. But what should always come at the final step of securing your free resource is a push to the next part of my 4-step system. Number 3, your Facebook group. No, not a complicated sales funnel with hundreds of moving parts. This is your sales machine. I feel sorry for coaches who don't have a Facebook group in this day and age. It allows you to build your credibility further and helps you to put more content in front of your prospects. But perhaps most critically, it keeps you at the forefront of their minds, because every time someone posts, comments, replies, or reacts, they get notifications. And recently, Facebook introduced your brand new secret weapon for your community, the @everyone tag. This is your way of effortlessly tagging everyone in your group to get their attention. This is how you nurture those prospects who didn't immediately take action and hire your services, buy your course, or whatever you're selling. They're still around, ready to be warmed up. No other social media platform lets you do this. This is what I call lead efficiency. Making the most of every single lead which comes into your business, not just having people on the email list where the open rate on average is a mere 10 to 15%. This is a way to ensure no money is left on the table, because the back end of your business is just as important as your front end, if not more. With enough trust built, you can encourage your clients to contact you. Step number 4 is the answer. Facebook Messenger. When selling high ticket, you need to build rapport with your prospects. You wouldn't just message a guy who appears in your ads on Facebook, but when they're in your group, hearing from them and commenting with them regularly, they're not a stranger anymore. There's someone you can reach out to. This is where you can find out more about them personally. See what their specific problems are. Position yourself as a solution to those problems that they're facing. And you don't even have to be a sales pro. If they wanted to be pitched to relentlessly, they'd have found one of those thousands of guru types experts online. Those guys are everywhere, right? They don't want that. They want to talk to a human being. Someone who's walked a mile in their shoes and knows exactly what they're going through, where they want to be in the future. Just be yourself and treat them like the human being they are, not like a number, because these people have already been part of your group, absorbing value every single day. They will close easier than ever before. Trust me on that. And with that, you've learned every step of the system. Facebook ads to lead magnet to Facebook group to Facebook Messenger. There it is, guys. Do you see anything complicated there? Absolutely not. Unlike what many people say, you don't need a complicated sales funnel with various components flying all over the place to hit 20K plus months. Take a look at these example numbers. So without spending a fortune, this is what your business could look like. From your Facebook ad, you could get 150 clicks, 100 downloads of your lead magnet, 80 of those people who join your Facebook group, 40 of these people who reply to you on Facebook Messenger, and from those 40 people, 10 people book a sales call with you. From those calls, you might sell to 3 of these people. All of that without you doing anything complicated that takes up hours and hours of your time. With all these steps together, this sales funnel is the single most efficient way to turn your prospects from strangers into loyal buyers. And yes, I'll say it again, this is possible even without a large existing following. Just look at my followers on Instagram, right? A little over 2,000 followers. But that does not mean I'm short of prospects. Absolutely not. It only takes a small number of clients to take action for you to see big change in your business. Look at Wahomie, a confidence coach who made 3.5K using our 4-step formula. I sold 5 packages worth $697 each. But remember, it's not just a 4-step formula you need to walk away from this meeting with. Here's a reminder of everything we've covered. The 7 biggest marketing strategy and client acquisition mistakes to avoid at all costs. 2, how to position yourself in front of your most ideal customers as often as you want with this one really simple ad. 3, the simple 4-step system to make 20K plus per month consistently without giving yourself more work to do. You now have everything you need to start seeing dramatic differences in your coaching business. With everything you've learned today securely in place, 20K plus per month is closer than ever before. And when you know how to make that consistently, 100K plus per year is entirely within your reach, especially when you know how to secure leads for just a few dollars. But here's the thing, okay? The reason me and my clients can operate at multiple 5-figure months is that we're not working in the testing zone. While others are experimenting and putting ideas into practice, operating at a 4 or 5 out of 10, we work with a system that is proven to work, that operates 10 out of 10. Those 5 out of 10 people are the ones who put off scaling their business for a day, which turns into a month, which turns into a year. I'm not sure if you can relate. You want everything that comes with a 10 out of 10 coaching business as soon as possible. A predictable client acquisition system where you never have to worry about where your next client is coming from. A system that brings in leads and clients every single day. A system that means fewer hours testing outdated marketing strategies. A system that scales your profits and wins back your time. I want to help you get there as soon as possible, because I know you don't want to be that person stalling the success of your business for days, weeks, months, and sometimes years. That's why I'm offering you an opportunity. I'm offering you a 100% free game plan call with myself. You will leave the game plan call knowing exactly how to implement my 4-step simple system within your business and create a highly effective marketing and sales plan. I'll help you identify your ideal audience online and how you can leverage the expertise you already have to build a community that practically grows itself. And if I think I can help you further, and that if you're a good fit, you could be invited inside Coaching Elevation for our one-on-one coaching, a place where you'll learn exactly how to operate the front end and the back end of your business, something few others teach. While most people rely on emails to nurture their clients, I hold your hand through the exact process I use to nurture prospects in Facebook groups, to get them to speak to me on Messenger and ultimately book a sales call with me. Just like we've discussed in this training today, I have an ideal audience too, and that's why I don't promise to work with everyone. I can only help people who I believe are the right fit for this opportunity. And by the way, every single one of my clients whose stories I've shared with you today has worked with me inside this coaching opportunity. If they can get results with my help, then so can you. It all starts with your free game plan call. Go over to the next page and pick a time slot that works for you. And I would suggest you go there and grab your slot that you want as quickly as possible. This game plan call could be the most significant moment in your business history. I'm not saying that to sound lame. It's what I know based on my experience with clients, past and present. I can't see any reason why you wouldn't take me up on this invitation to have a simple chat. There's no reason why you wouldn't book this call. You've got this far in this presentation. That tells me that you're serious about making a change in this area. That tells me that you've enjoyed the content so far. And the best next step is for us to have a chat and explore what the next steps may look like. There's a chance it may come to nothing. Maybe we're just not a good fit to work together. But we may as well explore this and have a deeper chat. So when I say game plan call slots are limited, I mean it. Book yours now and fill out the form on the next page to apply to work with us. And that application form is crucial for me to get to know a little bit more about you. I take it seriously, and so should you. Once you've booked your call, you'll find a time slot that works for you. On the next page, you're going to see an application form. It's a few questions, nothing too daunting, nothing too big, but it is super important that you fill that in for me. And that's for a couple of reasons. The first reason is because I want to get to know you ahead of our call. Believe it or not, I actually care about these calls. I care about our conversations, and I would like to do a little bit of research before we have our call together on your situation, what you've got going on, so that we can truly hit the ground running when we get on the call. And I'm up to speed with what you've got going on. And the second reason, if I could be so bold, be so honest, is I typically find that if people book these calls and they don't fill out the form, that they're not an action taker. And if you're not an action taker, you're not going to get any benefit from the call, and I'm likely not going to be able to help you. So it's been from my experience that the people that I can truly help and the people that will benefit from this call are those that are willing to take a bit of action. If you do not complete the form, your free game plan call will be cancelled. This is so neither of us waste each other's times. So respectfully, if you do not fill out the form, I will have to go ahead and cancel the call and open up that call slot again for somebody else. For those two reasons, it's really important to me that you fill that out. I want to hit the ground running with you, and I also want to make sure that you're an action taker and someone that will actually benefit from the call we have together. So go ahead, book your free game plan call now. This opportunity will not be around forever. My diary will fill up fast. The financial security and time freedom you're looking for are closer than you think. Act now to book your 100% free game plan call. I hope to speak to you soon. Thanks for listening.